Hey guys, my name is Brian Skinny from secretsofsushi.com, and in this video I'm going to show you guys how to make the caterpillar roll. The caterpillar roll is a fairly common sushi roll found in sushi restaurants all across the United States. It's pretty iconic because it has thinly sliced avocado that's kind of formed around the top of the roll, and they usually do like a really neat plate presentation where it actually looks like a caterpillar on your plate. Now normally this roll is made with unagi on the inside and cucumber, but seeing as how freshwater eel is now on the endangered species list in 2 different countries, and probably soon to be many more countries, for this tutorial I'm actually going to be using tempura fried shrimp instead of unagi. The tempura fried shrimp are going to be more sustainably sourced and more economic for your wallet than freshwater eel is going to be. So let's get started. For this tutorial I have just a few pieces of cut cucumber, an avocado, a few pieces of tempura fried shrimp, my bowl of sushi rice, a small bottle of eel sauce, and my cellophane wrapped Maki soup. I've also got a few half-cut sheets of nori and my bowl of water. First thing we want to do is get our half-cut sheet of nori and lay it horizontally across our Maki soup. We want to make sure that the rough textured side is facing up and the smooth side is facing down. You want to get your hands slightly wet, so they're nice and glossy but not quite dripping with water. And we're going to get a handful of rice. And we want to slowly spread that rice to all 4 edges. You want to make sure that the rice is about 2 to 3 grains deep, and that you can still see a little bit of the nori peeking out from underneath the rice intermittently. So after our rice is spread across our half-cut sheet of nori, you want to grab the 2 corners and gently flip it over. And then what we want to do is set all of our ingredients along the center line of the nori. So the first thing I'm going to do is grab a few pieces of cucumber, and then a few pieces of our tempura shrimp. And as you can see, our tempura shrimp doesn't quite go all the way to the edges. So what I'm going to do is take the shrimp and slice it diagonally. Go ahead and do that for each one. And then we can set them back along the center line and just slightly stagger them a little bit. And what this will do is it's going to stretch out that shrimp, make sure it'll meet from end to end, and also make it a little bit more consistent along the center of the roll. Now, since we only have the 2 ingredients for the inside of this roll, we're going to go ahead and roll it up. So you want to put your thumbs underneath the Maki soup, and you want to use your remaining fingers on the other side of the ingredients to kind of hold it in place. We're going to gently roll the edge of our rice mat that's closest to us over the top of the ingredients, and keep rolling it until it meets the exposed part of the nori. Now at this point, we're going to drape the Maki soup back over, and we're going to give the roll a gentle squeeze, making sure that we're not squeezing down, but in fact squeezing back towards us. So we're going to give it a gentle squeeze back towards us. And what this is going to do is compress all of those ingredients together, making sure there's not a lot of air inside, and also making sure that this edge of the nori is tucked in instead of being squished out. So afterwards, we can just finish the rolling process out by doing one more roll over and another gentle squeeze, this time pressing a little bit more down. And there we have it. Now what I like to do is do a quick roll tightening technique where I hold on to the bottom of the Maki soup with my left hand, drape the Maki soup over the roll with my right hand, and spread my fingers out. And then just apply some downward pressure and roll that back towards me. Just like that. Now we're going to get to the fun part of thinly slicing that avocado to drape over the top of our roll. So what you want to do is carefully slice your avocado in half. And you can twist the two halves to open up your avocado. And then I want you guys to hand peel your avocado. Alright, now we're going to try to slice this avocado as thinly as possible. So what I want you guys to do is make a paw shape with your hand. And I want you to set the wrist on the cutting board and gently drape your fingers over the avocado. And you're going to actually let your finger touch the knife as you're dragging the knife across the cutting board. So what we're going to do is try to make a couple of thin slices. And we want to continue to do this until we've cut the entire avocado. Now that our avocado is nice and thinly sliced, what I want you guys to do is take one hand and gently push the avocado from one side. And we're going to kind of stagger these pieces out. And what our goal here is to try to make sure that the avocado is about the same length as the roll itself. Now to transfer the avocado to the roll, I like to take my knife and very carefully slide it underneath the avocado and use the knife itself to pick it up. And then I'm going to set the knife on top of my roll and gently put my hand on top of the avocado and then just slowly pull the knife out from underneath, making sure the avocado balances on top of the roll. Next, we're going to get a piece of cellophane film and drape it over the top. Make sure that your piece of cellophane is wide enough that whenever you slice the roll, the edges of the cellophane are going to be far enough away so that you won't actually cut through it. This will make it a lot easier to peel the cellophane off once the roll's been cut into individual pieces. Then we're going to get a Maki, preferably one that isn't wrapped in cellophane, because the one that is wrapped in cellophane is going to pull this piece of cellophane up off of it. We're going to take this unwrapped Maki and use the flat side of the bamboo pieces and drape that over the top of the roll. And we're just going to gently press down, very, very gently, to make sure that the avocado is wrapping around the roll. Just like that. Make sure the avocado's not hanging off the ends too much. And now we're going to slice the roll. So using a wet rag, go ahead and get your knife slightly wet. We're going to start in the center of the roll, using long slicing motions, and really letting the weight of the knife carry it from the top of the roll down to the cutting board. I'm going to cut that roll in half. Cut those halves into quarters. And then cut those quarters into eighths. Alright, and as you can see, the piece of cellophane end up looking pretty gnarly when we're done. So I'm just going to slowly peel that off. Make sure you get all the pieces of cellophane off of there. And you can take your wrapped Maki, place it over the top. And again, just give it a gentle squeeze. So put everything back in the same shape it was before we cut the roll. Now, one of the more iconic parts about the caterpillar roll is how it looks on the plate. So I want to show you guys real quick the plating technique that most chefs use to make it actually look like it's a caterpillar crawling on a plate. I like to use relatively large rectangular plates. They're nice and flat. And what I do is get my hands just ever so slightly wet. And I'm going to take 4 pieces, or half the roll, and I'm going to kind of curve them just a little bit. It's almost like you're trying to make a fourth of a circle, or maybe a third of a circle. You're going to pick those 4 pieces up and place them onto a plate. Then you're going to take the other 4 pieces and curve them in the opposite direction. Then you can pick those pieces up and also set on the plate. Then kind of play around with the spacing a little bit until you find curve that you particularly like. And then finally, we're going to get a bottle of eel sauce. We're just going to drizzle it right over the top. Then finally, we're going to finish off our caterpillar roll with a little bit of toasted sesame seeds. Thank you guys so much for watching this video. If you have any questions about how to make the caterpillar roll, feel free to drop me a line in the comments section below. And for more information on how to make sushi at home, visit my website, secretsofsushi.com, which you can find a link in the description box below. My name's Brian Skinney from secretsofsushi.com, and that's how I roll.